he's in the studio with me this morning.
Good morning, Rokon. How are you today?
Yeah, real good. And really looking at the really beautiful weather out there.
Absolutely. Cool down, isn't it? Darwin has cooled down a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and cool.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. We just gotta we got some camera work to do there, and Dr. Salimon just setting it up. And what can we talk for today about ears?
Absolutely. What we can do is, John, we can simplify how we hear, the concept of audiology in very simple layman's language, because we audiologists, we do hearing test with the air conduction test.
Yep.
That is the normal hearing pathway that helps us to find out what is the overall hearing threshold. That is called the air conduction audiometry, and the other one is called the bone conduction audiometry. Through the bone conduction, the sound bypasses the outer ear canal, and then we are getting information from the inner part of the ear.
And that's the one just look like a little snail or something there.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So that way we will distinguish if there is a problem in the middle part of the ear, or is the inner part of the ear. It's a combination of both part. So mixed hearing loss. So that is why the audiologist has to do different type of, we take case history when the client comes, and then we do otoscopy looking at the ear, how well the ear looks, and then we do air conduction test. And
that's the special ear thing that you got.
Absolutely. And when we do the hearing assessment, what will happen?
I've seen one of those scale one, with the hearing test and stuff, right?
Absolutely. This is called the audiogram, the hearing graph.
Yep.
So the hearing graph will tell basically what is the level of hearing loss. And it ranges from, we humans can hear from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz.
Yep.
But we audiologists test from 250 hertz to 8,000 hertz.
Okay.
That is some major speech frequencies. Whatever language we speak in the world, it will fall in this frequency range.
Yep.
Indigenous language or any language in the world. And that is why those frequencies are so important. And this is a real audiogram of a person with high frequency hearing loss. The problem with the high frequency hearing loss is these people are missing the female sounds and the children's sound.
Okay.
Because when sound come through the vocal cord of female, it become high pitch.
Oh, high pitch. Yeah.
High pitch. Majority, in the society, there may be exceptions. But majority of the female, when they communicate, the frequency range is high pitch predominantly. And the children also. And the person with the high frequency hearing loss will struggle to understand what the person saying, especially wife and children.
Yeah.
And you will see that is why we audiologists do speech discrimination test. These are simple English.
So, ladies, like girls, they have a smaller hearing thing, or
the vocal cord may be the main distinguisher. When it comes through the vocal cord, it's different. The pitch changes.
Yep.
And we men, we have the low to
mid
frequency.
We've got a higher one that we can put up with noise and stuff like that. Or
our tones are much more bass sound.
Oh, bass.
Bass sound.
Yeah.
A deeper sound.
Yep.
But the female tones are very high tones.
Yeah. That's how most of the time you listen when your partner say, "No, turn the music down," I can't hear, and things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely, that is the problem. When a man having hearing loss, and the man struggle to understand the female, and she get very angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is why many times the wife will be dragging the husband to an audiology clinic, because the vision problem is
Say that, oh, you can't hear me properly.
absolutely. And there is a saying, it's called selective hearing.
Yeah.
My husband has got selective hearing. Okay, he only hear what he want to hear, you know. But actually, this fellow has got hearing loss.
Yeah.
That is why he is ignoring his wife's conversation. He's not understanding. That is why look at these words. When the sound comes, okay, suppose a person having high frequency hearing loss, and the person is not clearly understanding F, T, K, S, T, H, this type of English sounds.
Yeah.
And when we present this speech discrimination test, these words are calibrated. Every word has got 3 sounds in it. When a female say fan, this poor husband will be hearing as ban.
Ah.
When she say fun, he is hearing as bun. You can imagine this type of so many distortion happens to the sound when they communicate.
Yeah, that's why most of them ladies, they say things like that, and then the blokes turn around, they get mad. You know, I can't hear you. You know, say it louder and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And imagine if the hearing loss is in the low frequency. There are some conditions where Meniere's disease, okay, they will have low frequency hearing loss.
Yeah.
The low frequency will come down, and in that particular case, they will have difficulty to understand male sound.
Yeah.
Because we have the bass sound, and if it comes down to severe to profound hearing loss, they will have difficulty to understand male and female. Imagine our grandparents.
Yeah.
It's very hard to understand what we say. That is why we go to the ear and then we talk to them,
and whisper in their ears and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Many are in the aged care facility, they struggle to understand people. That is why the hearing aid is so important with the people with a significant sensory neural hearing loss. And if the problem is in the middle part of the ear,
so why is that men have deep and bay and things, and ladies are smaller?
The sound?
Yeah.
Basically, the high tones. Basically, females will have, majority female will have high frequency sounds.
Yeah.
The soprano sound, okay, when we listen to the soprano music, is the pitch is very, very high.
High pitch, yeah.
High pitch, okay. Sometimes the soprano singers, they can vibrate crystal glasses with that sound, okay. Sound has got, it's a frequency, it's a wavelength, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can vibrate, okay. And that is why when the fighter jet goes up on the top of us, you know, it's rattling sound. You can. And
like with little kids and stuff, is it normal for the teenage thing, or is it a smaller pitch?
The teenage children and teenagers will have the high tones, but when they come to that adulthood, it will change to the bass for the men.
Oh, okay.
The men, okay, and we know.
And it does still stays the same there for
That's
a young girl that goes into a female and then a mature.
Absolutely, the female's tones will not generally change with the that is consistent with the high frequency tones.
Yeah.
But the male, when they become the adulthood, the tones changes. Okay, we generally say, okay, you have the manly voice, you know. It's coming out. Okay, from the childish tone from the transition happens to a young adult. Okay, male young adult. When they reach 18, 19. Okay, so for some children that can be a slightly variant time frame. So that is why the hearing assessment is so important. And the importance of seeing an audiologist when people having hearing loss, and then audiologist can find out what is going on, and then we can direct if the client need a specialist appointment like ENT appointment or a GP appointment. We can direct the client at the right direction if they have hearing problem or the middle ear issues. But if they have permanent hearing loss, then it become our responsibility to rehabilitate with the hearing aid.
Like with most of them scales that he showed me there, like if you catch up with do a test on a scale that reads level and stuff, is that alright and thing there, or if they go like dropping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they start losing the hearing. And
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything above 20 is normal, okay, in this audiogram. So there is a 20 line, okay. So anything above is normal, anything below is not normal. Okay, we have a variant, hearing loss like a mild, moderate, moderately severe, severe, and profound. Different classifications.
As we get older and stuff, that's that hearing thing, it drops down.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is, degeneration happens to the cochlear hair cells. That is natural phenomena. And then that is why we lose the high frequency first, the high frequency. And then the mid frequency, and at the end, the low frequency. So the pattern, it will go down, down, down.
Does it go up and down or thing like that?
No, it always goes down.
Goes straight down, eh?
Sort of an inclined angle.
But there's hearing aids to help you out with the thing, eh?
Absolutely. That is why our community people, when you are parents or grandparents, struggle to understand you when you communicate, please take them to an audiologist, the hearing specialist, and they can do the diagnosis and they can do the rehabilitation. And like our glasses, the simple example is our glasses, okay? You and me, we both are about the same age, and we both are wearing glasses. And we have no hesitation to wear glasses to read, the fine prints and stuff like that. And the similar way, the hearing, when the hearing comes down, you wear the hearing aid, and the audiologist will program it, according to your hearing loss, and your life become much easier. And good hearing is essential for our social and emotional well-being. People who struggle to understand conversation, they avoid group situation and noisy situation, and because they struggle to understand people. When you struggle to understand people, what happens is we avoid. But and then it will have an emotional toll on the person, because they cannot converse with other people.
Because most of them, like especially for an old fellow like in their 50s, and then they go up to the 60s, and 65 and things, they feel a bit down again because they're thinking, oh no, he's not hearing me and things.
Absolutely.
And when you see some family members like that, grab them and take them to the thing, and that way you can get a hearing aid, and you'll be able to hear everywhere.
Absolutely. And in our First Nation community, between the age of up to the age of 26 is free if they have hearing loss, the children and the young adults. And above 50 is also free if they have hearing loss. Make use of it. And because we have only one life, and make use of it in a wise way. And we are social being, we cannot live as a hermit life. We need to interact with our family members and and loved ones. That makes us our identity, who we are and whom we belong to.
So how many times, like say for instance in a year or thing there, how many times do they have to go for a test on their ears and stuff?
Ideally every year. Every year would be a good idea, especially people who are working with noisy equipments like grinders, like Fradies.
And always be having a generator on and stuff like that, right?
The noisy places are always a problem for normal hearing people, because any sound above 85 decibel will damage our hair cells in the cochlea. And that is why whenever I see defense people, they are using firearms. They always have training on firearms.
Well, most of them would be workers like in
mines, plumbers, electricians,
luggage carriers at the airport, and with them big jets coming in and stuff like that.
Absolutely. That is why they have a earplug and ear muff. Noise cancelling headsets. Otherwise, the employer need to give compensation.
Because it will affect them down in the track and as they get older and stuff, right?
Absolutely. And we need to take in charge of our health, We need to look after our health, because if we lose our health, who will look after us? It really affects our quality of life. These 5 senses. And we appreciate many times when people appreciate when they lose it. We need to learn, okay, when it is still alive, okay, when it's still functioning, we need to appreciate and prevent any damage.
So every once a year, eh?
Yeah, but
Once a year and thing. But if them old ladies and stuff like that, do they get what 3 to 6 or 3 to 6 months or thing if they want to check up or thing like that?
Ideally, there is no need. Okay, every year, but
every year would be okay.
Every year. Okay, just a screening would be very good. And if people with hearing aid also, sometimes what will happen is the wax will occlude in the ear. They need to have some microsection. That way, okay, the audiologist can suck it out. Immediately after this interview, I have a couple of clients lined up for microsection, so I can suck it out. Because a lot of tradies, okay, and young youth, they are bombarding. Some are bombarding their ears with very loud music. Okay, earpods.
Or the headphones.
Absolutely, and that way the wax is they are pushing the wax further into the ear canal. And some tradies, they have to wear earplug because of the noisy work environment. Okay, so both are two different situations. And so microsection, the water irrigation is very old-fashioned method, and ideally you should not do water irrigation. Some people having infection after the water irrigation and disease spells. The best thing is suck it out. And the other problem with the water irrigation is sometimes if there is a hole in the eardrum, the water will get into the middle part of the ear, and that itself will create ear infection.
Another infection there.
Absolutely.
No, that's a good thing to learn of today, Doctor. Thanks for coming in and thing there, and that's a good eye opener that too, because it does affect us with our hearing and as we go through life and thing there, especially from a younger age. And it's a good thing that what you showed me about that scale and stuff. Because apparently, as you get older, it goes down and drops and things there.
Even audiologist is not immune. The audiologist also will lose the hearing. Everyone, okay?
Thank you for coming in, and it's really good talking about ears and learning more and more as we go. Every Monday that you come in.
Thank you very much, Rocco and John. It's a pleasure to be with you, okay, after a couple of weeks.
After, I think